Nuclear remains part of South Africa's energy mix. That's what Electricity Minister Dr Kgosientsho Ramokgopa told delegates at the Africa Energy Indaba.
We know that in the taxonomy of what constitute the clean forms of energy, nuclear is there. It has always been there. I mean, there's science to prove that. And of course, the G20 coming out of India and the climate negotiations at the COP have accepted this argument. And as South Africa, of course, will go back into the market with that 2,500 megawatts of nuclear capacity. But the point we are making is that we are seeing increasingly on the continent that there are reactors that are being built.
South Africa is committed to the just energy transition, but on a pace and scale of local dynamics.
The pace and scale of the transitions should take into account domestic conditions. So we make the point that there is no single definition of what that transition is, but that transition must find expression within the context of the parameters of what each and every sovereign country can be able to afford and achieve through over a period that they would have defined for themselves.
Ramokgopa says global dynamics need a bold intervention by the international community.
We convene in a world where multilateral cooperation is increasingly under strain. Global capital flows remain deeply unequal. Trade policies are increasingly politicized, and the commitments under the Paris Agreement, sustainable development goals remains largely unfulfilled. The weaponization of trade and finance further exacerbate existing disparities, making it even more difficult for developing nations to access the resources required to transition to a sustainable development.
Ramokgopa says South Africa's G20 presidency will advance the interests of the continent. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Cape Town.